It's a lot of debate about dude, what's his name? Kendrick Lamar video halftime show. The thing is that everybody is looking for information, knowing that everything is researchable or whatever. So if I get on here talking about something, it's researchable. You can search it up. I don't have to give you reference on where I got it from. And the main reason I don't give out reference because the researchers I get, or people, if I don't get my own dollar on my personal stuff, and I get it from a third party, which everything in history is a third party, get it from people different views. But when you get in there and you find your own views, you know, you can come up with your own views by just looking at something. When you see something, you come up with your own views if you're not just through a program. So if I get online and say something, don't get in my box asking me for some referencing. I don't have no fucking references for my perspective of things, okay? My perspective and my knowledge on just knowing stuff or studying stuff. So if I give you some, it's because of my perspective, which is the halftime show is based not just on my perspective, but on my understanding of the law and a lot of other things. So everybody gonna have their own perspective, and that's cool. If you liked the show, you liked it. If you didn't like the show, you didn't like the show, okay? Because everything that they do is not just for entertainment purpose. Everything that they do is for educational purpose. And why they entertain it, because they understand that some people are watching just for entertainment purpose, and they know there's other that's watching for educational purpose. Okay, so when they do halftime show, what they have been doing for years, or not just halftime show, basketball shows, whatever, but when they do these kind of shows, I like to watch them now. I didn't normally watch them. I wait till the show's over and then go back and look at the reviews and get my perspective. But I watched the game with my nephew now, and they asked me at the beginning who did I think I was gonna win, and I had two perspectives. I said, now the Eagle represent they system, okay? So I figured the Eagle's gonna fall, and I said the Eagle has landed, so they don't want to land yet. And the KC's is what. Then you know there's chief on the land. The main three chiefs is on the land, but there's many chiefs on the land, many monarchs on the land that understand that that understand that we was already here. You know, that we didn't come from anywhere else, and that's what the thing of Kendrick Lamar was about. He had to tell two stories. He had to try to entertain y'all on their part, let you know that you chose the wrong president, but all the time he know that we chose the right one because Trump and what's that man name? Elon Musk. See, people want to know what Elon Musk and Trump did that's so great. Well, what they doing is they tearing down the system. They tearing down a corrupt system that they have, that the American government, the Democrats have been robbing and raping us with. You wonder why your taxes so much. They taxing you or taxing us so much when the other countries, they not allowing them to pay nothing. We paying for what they should be paying for. And that's why Trump started what they call it, tariff. He started that so they can pay more taxes, so you won't have to get taxed on your income taxes. So if y'all start studying and understanding this stuff, then you'll know what's going on, okay? So the thing is, they want us to abandon the fact that we from that. That the fact that we from this land. Kendrick Lamar want us to understand that what they trying to do is to get us to abandon our birthright. We're not going to abandon our birthright, okay? Well, some of y'all might, but what Trump now doing is trying to tear down the system. If they tear down this system, that means we could get back to the common law, the Republican. See, they made Democratic and Republic. See, it's the Republic. That's what Trump trying to restore, not the Republican, the Republic, which is the original man, God's law, which is common law. See, they got the de facto. That's the false law that you think is the real law, that you think is the true government, but it's not. Okay, it's not the true government. It's not the real law or none of that. That's what that man was telling us. If they was giving you a overview of it, you would see the people dancing in prison. It's like a prison yard. I don't know. A lot of people ain't been in prison, but I spent many years in prison, so I know what a prison yard is for. It was 4 different prison yards. That's how the X was. But if you look at it, okay, then he showed the people up there standing, dancing, and like a flag. What people don't understand is that it had 9 stars and 11 stripes. Trump, he's the 45th president, which equals 9. Then he's the 47th president, which is 11. So that's giving you the 9/11. That is talking about the war, the war that happened in what was that, 1411? Yeah, 1411 through no, 7 from 711 to 1493 or 1494. It was one of those, okay? But the thing is, that represent the war that happened. So the 9/11, that's pretty much what they're talking about, okay? If you start the 9 stars and the 11 stripes. So, and they show, and it's all under the eagle pendant facing it was actually facing the war zone. See, when you look at Trump, he was doing interviews, and interviews. Normally, when you see the Oval Office star on the stand where he's standing, it's normally facing to the right, but now I think it's facing, which way would it be? It would be to the left, but now it's facing to the right. So now it's going back. Even when you talking about the right and left hemisphere of the brain, see, it normally faces to the left. Even when you see it on a dollar, you see it facing to the left. Then you see it with the arrows in the hand, and they represent the tribes. Okay. See, Obama, when he sat on the throne the Game of Thrones with all them guns and stuff, that letting you know that was their system. They fight with guns and stuff like that. Tribes fight with arrows. They will represent us. They fight with arrows. Now you got the eagles facing the right with the arrows in the hand. You don't got the eagle facing the left. It had arrows in the hand or whatever, but it wasn't facing the right way. It was facing the false way. So now it's facing the right way. So the thing is, if y'all shut the fuck up and let Trump now continue to do what they gonna do, it gonna look bad. It gonna look bad as far as what the news gonna keep on telling y'all or whatever. But you got to understand what they trying to restore. They giving us an opportunity to get our stuff back. Okay, the common law. Okay, that means you don't have to ask permission to get married. You don't have to ask permission to drive your car. You don't have to ask permission to do anything. You don't have to ask permission to do nothing. As long as you don't hurt nobody else, you don't have to ask permission to do nothing. Anything else that requires a license or registration or something, that means you asking for permission. And that's what we've been doing. We've been under the corporation law. Trump trying to get us back to the common law, which is God's law, the original law, which is our birthright. And it goes so deep. I can't even just sit here and try to explain it, because you won't get it if you don't understand the law. Understand, overstand. It don't matter. If you don't get it, you won't get it. Because I can sit here and tell you, but don't take my word for it or nobody else. You should want to do your own research. Do your own research, okay? If you do your own research, you'll get a better understanding of what's going on. Don't just sit here and listen to the third party. Yeah, you got your perspective. Everybody had a perspective on the performance. For me, if I wanted to be entertained, yeah, I don't want to just see one person running. I told my now I would rather see for entertainment purpose. Yeah, I want to be entertained, but that stuff don't entertain me. I don't listen to rap, so it would never entertain me. So I was trying to sit there and listen to the words he was talking, even from the point when Serena came out, when he talked about Drake, okay, really trying to protect the women, protect the younger kids, even, protect the gay, because, hey, my perspective, Serena, she's still a man, okay? I don't care what nobody else say. I've been saying that for years, and I don't care what nobody else say. That's my perspective of it, okay? But anyway, that's the perspective he had to throw in there, okay? So it's 2 agendas he's throwing out. So either, like he telling you, choose which one you're going to be on. If you're going to continue to try to follow the system, even though the fucking game is over, Because they tell you the game is over, their system is over. It's over. It's over. Okay? The thing is, what does that mean for you? Would you be able to tap in and try to get the money that's on your Social Security tab? Would you be able to, because everything in America is been under of the state of emergency since what, 1933, okay? Was everything supposed to be paid? The government told it they was going to pay for it. So by Trump trying to wipe these things out, he's not wiping nothing out that's going to really benefit you. I mean, he's not taking wiping something out that was benefiting you. He's taking it out because it wasn't benefiting you. Putting taxes on people wasn't beneficial. That's a third party entity. Okay, that's another entity. That's why he never paid his tax. That's why he said change the law, and I will show you my tax return, because tax is a contributional gift. You're not supposed to pay it. Now he would keep where the company and you will pay a certain amount if that's what you want, but you're not supposed to pay it. The company that wanted you to work supposed to pay it, but they made agreement with the government. Okay, we'll take half from them and half from you, and we still gonna get half from them. So the company got us paying taxes, and the government got us taxing when the company be supposed to be the only one paying taxes. So paying taxes to the IRS was never beneficial to you. It was a contributional gift. Okay, that's all it was. It was a contributional gift. You could have got out if you filed a 1099 BEN and had your company file a 1099 BENE. So it was always a contribution gift. That's what I'm saying. If you don't understand this, you would never get it. Okay, you'll never get it. And when that man got on there and did a performance, I wasn't looking because I didn't understand the music now, and I understand the one that song that say they not like us because I done heard it so many times, and I understand it. He was dissing what's the guy name? Drake. He was dissing Drake, okay, but it's more than rap. It was more than rap he talking about. It's more than rap, okay. So it's not saying he dissing Drake because he light skinned and we dark skinned. No, it's deeper than that, okay? It's deeper than that. And everybody's stuck on him because he's dealing with a minor. Minor means two different things. It could be a minor in sex and it could be a minor in music. And in my perspective, it's both, you know? It's both because I already know what they doing in Hollywood. Because he ain't on that platform without doing what he had to do. So don't get it twisted, okay? They all on the same platform. You can't diss one person when you a part of that. You know what I mean? You can't really change it. But yet they got to tell us. They have to tell us what's going on. Now, like what they say, ignorance of law, that's not their problem because you ignorant of law. You know, that's not a factor. Because you ignorant, that don't mean I'm not going to run the game on you. So that's their job to do it. They know the law, but if you ignorant of the law, they gonna run game on you. You know, same stuff they play in the street. If you ignorant and allow a nigga to bump your head 100 times, I don't care if it's a man, woman, or ape, if you allow them to bump your head multiple times, then that's on you. If you allow somebody to constantly run game on you. So it's not just them. It's not just in the relationship, it's even in a corporation, it's the same thing being done. When Samuel L. Jackson got on there playing the same what he did in Durango, whatever the movie name, but he was playing that house nigga. He was playing the same house nigga. He like, what you gonna do? You gonna still stay on the PlayStation, like labor laws or whatever, which is part of the corporation. You still gonna be that house nigga. Which one you gonna be? I don't care if it's the house nigga in the black skin or a white skin, light skin. It don't matter, because that's what nigga really mean. Uneducated ignorance. That's what it really mean. So you can call a nigga all day long. He could be white. If he ignorant, he ignorant. It don't matter what color your skin is, because that's what that mean. They made y'all think it's about skin color. It's not about skin color. Black and white ain't about skin color. It's about status. Okay? Any person that's black supposed to be labeled as a slave. Okay? Labeled as a slave. I don't care if it's like slave on the plantation, slave worker, whatever. So that's what it's all about. That's and you gotta understand them terms. Don't look at them words as the words they then gave us a definition for. Go to the Oxford Dictionary, go to Black Law Dictionary, and you get the true meaning of the word. You can get the etymology of the word by just Googling, okay? But just don't make Google your friend. Don't use everything on Google, okay? You have to get a better understanding of what's going on. I understand people gonna get a judgment based on what these eyes can see. You don't even have to operate with your third eye. Your regular eye and your understanding of what's going on or what's been going on. You could use your natural eye for that. But you just have to have a deeper understanding. It's not like something secret or nothing like that. It's just something sought out. If you take the time to study, if I want to learn something about law, I would go study law. And the main thing I would go study, whether it be trust law or corporate law, corporate law or commercial law, or one of those, because whenever you go in a courtroom, that's all it's about, paying the bill. Whenever you go to the registration, you going to pay a bill. You're going to pay a bill for them. So whether you got a job or not, taking care of yourself, what they put us as a corporation, taking care of yourself, you become a corporation. You shouldn't have to work a day in your life now that Trump is in. Now you should be able, it should go through because I'm doing it. You should be able to pay yourself for taking care of yourself because you're a corporation. Okay? Now, if he tear down a corporation, then they're going to go away. But this is the time where you can try to squeeze in and pay yourself a certain amount of money, at least while he in there, while the system is up, and try to come on out because you did it while they was in, they was blocking it. So my thing is, I'm trying to squeeze in there, even though he's trying to tear it down. I'm trying to squeeze in there and get, what I've been waiting on, because they wasn't allowing it to come through. We got IRS people now giving us information how to do the stuff. Okay? So don't think I'm going to share the game with you because I done shared it with you, and I'm going to just wait till you see it. So, and that's what they doing. They want you to seek and get the information for yourself. That's what you got to do. You can't wait till nobody just throw something in your lap. Okay, so that's why everybody was preparing for all this information. They was getting them a trust law, a trust account, doing all this other stuff because they knew it was coming a time where we were going to be able to access. That's why they wanted Trump to be in that right back to back, but they didn't want Trump to be in back. The Democrats didn't want Trump to be in back to back because they wanted to continue to steal money from the U.S. aid. See, the U.S. aid is a fraudulent. That's why they call it de facto. It's a de facto corporation. De facto means it's fraud. They've been fraud and stealing money through what they call that, you know how you make a false company just to traffic money, what they call clean money, just like drug game, everything. That's what the government been doing. So they've been sending all this money to different countries and different places, and all the time they was getting a piece of the money. They wasn't getting all the money that they've been robbing us with. That's why Trump and Elon Musk, I wonder what Trump got Elon Musk. I was like, what he's got to do to fit in, but Elon Musk understand how to read them books. So he sent him out there to find out where all the fraudulent at. He sent them out there in the school board, in the military. He's sending them everywhere to go in there to check the books and see what they're using the money for. And because I don't know why he didn't trust nobody else in office or nobody else. I guess he figured like he had more knowledge. I don't know why he chose him, but for whatever reason, well, I know why he chose him, because he planned on going to the moon. He planned on using his son, his brother, to do the light stuff in the sky. So whatever they got planned for the future, they still open the door for us. They trying to tear down the system. Okay? We can't do it. It got to be somebody on the inside already. We ain't had no other skin color, nobody that's skin to us that's on the inside tearing down the doors. You thought Obama was going to do it. He didn't do none of it. Okay? Y'all thought what's that girl, Kamala Harris, going to do it. She wasn't going to do it because she only could consider herself black when it was time for election. Any other time, she was standing up for her Indian heritage and rights and stuff like that. She never considered herself being black. Never. Obama never considered himself being black till he got on the panel too. Okay? That man, he considered himself to be in a different race, in a different category. That's why he sent all the money down. It ain't got nothing to do with skin color, okay? I never voted in my life, but I was gonna vote for Obama. But the Most High told me not to. And I was like, what? So I thought it was the devil or whatever, but it wasn't. They was giving me insight, and from then on, that's when I started figuring out, getting them downloads about what's what. So he was never on our side, okay? Trump not on our side. Trump is just trying to put the Republican back in place because he won't have to, him or nobody else have to worry about saying, let me see your income taxes. Because income taxes or whatever is a contributional gift. It shouldn't been there in the first place. There's a lot of stuff that ain't been there in the first place. Same way with the Gulf of Mexico. That, like dude said, it used to be Mexico. They sold it. They sold it for a certain amount of money. Once you sold something, I forget what year it was. Once you sell something, like I sell a car, whatever, when you sell it, you sign it, it's signed, sealed, and delivered. That's it. You sold it. Okay? And before it was Mexico, they call it Mexico, which is all black territory. It don't matter. I don't care from California, Texas, Arizona. All that would have been considered Mexico. Even down here in Texas, all this would have been considered Mexico. But before Mexico, it was Tama, okay, which still would be a short sign for America. It would have been Tamerica, but it's that's where they get American from. You call it TMI, whatever you want to call it, okay? But that's what it was before. So everybody didn't try to take this, take that, take that. The history goes so far back. But again, you got to do your understanding. The dude performance, if you're looking at it just for entertainment, it could have been a flop. Depending on what kind of entertainment you like, okay? So as far as dancing and everything, I guess that's what it was, because there was no dancing. I was wondering why they only had one person do it, because that was the only person that was revealing, the truth. So that's why they used him, okay? So somebody has to tell the truth, and yet it still represent them. That's why he kept saying it's bigger than rap, which I'm glad it was, because I didn't understand none of the lyrics he was singing, other than they not like us, okay? But it's bigger than rap. It's bigger than rap. It's not even about rap at all. See, they using rap to keep you keep your mind caught up and conditioned to they program. That's what they doing. Same way they doing with a whole lot of stuff. They keeping your mind conditioned, program. And that's what it is. And then they got a vibration in the music and the instruments that you listen to. So that's one of the things I never liked rap. It was too fast for my mind. It wasn't too fast. It was too much for my mind. I didn't like my mind spinning like that. Not for no music. Unless it's love songs, something like that. I like minds, something like that. But anyway, I don't judge the performance because it was an educational purpose. School was in session. School was truly in session. So it was so much in there. You just have to keep going in there and picking it and getting it. And I watched the live with my nephew, but I didn't want to tell them what it was because they man is too innocent for them. That's like I wouldn't give people where I get my research from. I wouldn't give it to you because I deal with psychics. It ain't got nothing to do with you having a degree of psychic. You could have a degree on psychic, and a doctrine, but you've been indoctrinated by a book, so it ain't gonna help you. That kind of psychic education. So it's a deeper psychic level. So I wouldn't give anyone the information where I get some of my information from because some of it on a psychology level, psychic level. So, but it's a great performance. And the only sad thing is they talk about blacks jumping against black because I don't know why, because some like the performance, some didn't. Everybody gonna have their opinion. I don't care what it's about. I mean, if you got the message, you got it. If you did, it wasn't for you. Maybe you can look at it somewhere down the line, and then it's for you. That's like with any message, anything. It's same way with relationship. Y'all can be great on one level or 1 minute, and then next minute you're not. Don't get mad at nobody because your relationship changed. It changed, okay? And that's the broody part of it. That means somebody is growing in a relationship. Hopefully both of y'all are growing to the point where y'all say, okay, we want to stay together, or I'm growing to a level I don't want to be with you no more. I mean, you really, I know it's going to be upset. You will get upset because somebody just throwing it on you. But if you got an understanding with each other, you should be able to slide it in there and tell them. Don't slide it there. You should be able to have a conversation and tell somebody. That's what they doing in entertainment. Okay? They sliding something in there and letting you know. If you can get it, you can get it. If you don't, you don't. I'm sorry you didn't get it, but just because you ignorant to the fact, don't mean I'm not going to get over on you. And that's sad, but it's true. So, again, I hope everybody got the message, even if you didn't get the message. I hope you enjoyed the show because that's what you came for. But even if you didn't, maybe you can throw out a review to them and they probably try to accommodate you. But as you can see, they don't care about you being, whether you like it or not. They doing what they doing because everybody wanted Lil Wayne to do it. Okay, because he was the one from Louisiana. They might both be from there, but they figured Lil Wayne would have been a better representation for Louisiana, but they didn't care about that. It wasn't about what you wanted, okay? It was about their agenda. That's what it was about. And so you got to figure out what you going to do with the information that they gave you. That's it. What you going to do with the information they gave you, okay? And that's what Samuel was saying. What you going to do? You going to continue? Or you going to come on in the master house and do the master bidding? Do the master chores. Do the master, What you going to do? You going to continue to bid for the master or you going to start bidding for yourself? Set up something for yourself, okay? Set up something for your kids, okay? So it's deeper than rap. It's deeper than the entertainment. That's why he's saying, don't be mad at the show, at the performance. Go deeper into the message. That's. I think even Kendrick was singing in that. It was deeper than rap or something. Wasn't he saying that? Yeah, it's deeper than that. So I hope y'all go back and revisit it and get something better. I mean, you ain't probably gonna get no better than his performance because he just kept it smooth. I mean, it was smooth. I mean, for all the message you got in, that was a smooth way to do it. He didn't have to do much. He didn't have to do no twerking. Ass wasn't out. None of that. So that probably why a lot of people didn't like it. Cause wasn't no ass out. Wasn't no, no bumping and grinding. I mean, it probably wasn't what you used to. Everybody had on a uniform, a jumpsuit. That's the prison. Didn't you get it? It might have been red, white, or blue, or black. It was a uniform. He came out there old Cutlass. You see that old Cutlass? Yeah. He came out the old Cutlass, the old system. The old system. Everybody was coming out that old Cutlass. They was coming out. They was coming out of that prison. They was getting released. God damn it, don't y'all get it? This shit about to make me cry. They was getting released. Our people was getting released. Do you get it? Not just from the physical prison. Some people might be in prison that they put themselves in. Some people could be in a mental prison. Some people could just be in a prison in a relationship. I mean, he came with that old Cutlass. I mean, that, and he opened the doors and you saw all the people's coming. Like, where all these people's coming? They show you the bottom to where they can't be coming from the bottom. So where's all these people's coming? So that letting you know it's so many people's in a visible cage. And this remind me of the thesis I did when I was doing my bachelor or my master. It was one of my degrees I was getting. I did my thesis, and it was about the transition of the transition of a woman, the transition of imprisoned woman or woman or something like that. But it was about a woman, and it was about multiple women I did a story on that was in prison with me, but it was about not just the story why they was in prison, but because some was in prison for killing a man for self-defense for beating on them. So now, even though she in prison, she's mentally free from the physical, the mentally and physical free from the physical abuse he was giving her and the mental abuse, emotional and everything abuse, even though she was still behind bar. She was released from one prison and got into another prison, and finally she became released from that prison. Then you have another woman that was in bondage from maybe drugs, sex. It was all kind of thing, It was just so much, and so I can relate to that because I saw, I knew what it was, because I've been in prison. I was in prison from the sexual abuse I was in. I had to be released while I was in prison from that. I had to be emotionally released and emotionally and physically released from that, mostly and mentally, emotionally released from that. Because I had to go out in prison, I was able to go back and get that little girl that I left behind because I didn't know how to help her. Wasn't nobody else there to help her as a little kids to protect her. So when I got older, while I was in prison, I was able to go back within myself to get that little girl and apologize to that little girl and tell her I'm sorry. Okay, I had apologized even though it wasn't her fault and it wasn't my fault. You know what I mean? It was just nobody there. The people that were supposed to protect me and supposed to protect her as that child, they wasn't there. They was there, but they didn't know. You know what I mean? They didn't know. So I had to go back and get that little girl, apologize to that little girl, take her hand and let her walk with me as I walk through my life. You know what I mean? And be released from a lot of stuff, a lot of different things. So I'm telling y'all, if y'all didn't get that message, I hope y'all go back and get it, because I know it's a lot of people that might be still in bondage for a whole lot of things. It could be a whole lot of things. And that's why I said it made me cry, because I saw the message. And it wasn't just trying to release one person. It was trying to release a mass of people on different level that nobody even get. Because even though we get free from all our baggage from the past, we still in bondage. We still in prison because of this de facto corporation that's saying the U.S. of America. They not the original. They not the original, law. They the de facto. That means they the fraud. They've been the fraud. They've been fraudulent, operating fraudulent on this land, in this land for years. And the thing is, we have to get it back. We have to get it back. The game is over. We all have an opportunity. We all had the same opportunity. We all are being afforded the same opportunity to be released from this corporation. But if you don't understand and understand that everybody won't be released, some people will still be in bondage to this corporation, even though the corporation will no longer be in existence. But they're going to continue to fight to make it look like they are in corporation, still in system, but it's not. Trump now is in there trying to tear this shit down. Even though he a part of them, he has to do his due diligence, because it's that time to do that. Okay, it's that time to do that. Should have been last year to do that. I mean, the last president, it should have been back to back, but it's set up for a reason. Like I said, that 9 and 11, the 9 stars and 11 stripes, they represent that war. That war that we lost. And they said if we don't get our shit together, then that you'll be still in that war. You're going to still be stuck in that war, but this is the opportunity to be released. The door are being opened. The game is over. You can walk out that prison door. But the thing is, a lot of y'all don't even know that y'all a prisoner. And that's the thing. How can you release and free somebody that don't even believe and know that they're a prison? That's it. I say.